Today, I'm gonna be getting all 57 achievements for Slime Rancher. The goal is to play through the game normally, and then once I basically get the last story related achievement, we can continue with the cleanup for the rest. Now, this game has a 4 out of 10 difficulty and an average completion time of 25 hours. Now, we start off by getting dropped off onto a planet called the Far Far Range, and what we need to do is scoop up slimes and make some money. I found these pink slimes and respectfully put them in the prison where they'll be spending their eternity in. I took these guys against their will, but since we'll be exploiting them for my own personal gain, I don't think it really matters. I went ahead and sold their poop right after I fed them, and it rewarded me with my very first achievement. Right after, I went exploring for a bit and found some new slimes. I stumbled upon a fat slime that looks like it might have an STD. As any reasonably sane person would do, I pushed it away. Right after, I found the rock and tabby slime, so I went back to base, sold some plorts from the pink slimes, and put them into the prison. The next day, I got a trophy for letting a tabby slime headbutt me right on the nose. I spent some time making a garden and upgrading the corrals. Shortly after, an old lady started asking for things, but I just ignored her because I was way too lazy. Totally not because I hate old people. I got another trophy for earning 5,000 new bucks. This next one I got was for joining the Cool Kids Club, even though I didn't have the money for it, but I ain't complaining. Nice. I got 2 more achievements for selling 500 plorts and earning 5,000 bucks in a day. I opened up the grotto for some more space and the lab in order to craft some gadgets for future automation. I got another trophy for selling 1,000 plorts. Right after, I helped your mother with her food addiction and got rewarded with another trophy. I slept till the next morning and jumped off the map. I didn't know death was so rewarding. Maybe I have to try it in real life. Anyways, I got my next trophy for getting 25,000 new bucks. I opened up a new area and terrorized some chickens. I found the gold slime, but since I'm retarded, I couldn't figure out what to do with it and it just escaped. I continued exploring and found your mother once again. Man, I feel really bad for her starving kids. I got teleported to a new area. And I got a new wet slime, something I can't get girls to do since I'm obviously wasting my time playing a game called Slime Rancher. The next thing I did was fly right over this gate so that I didn't have to waste a slime key. I love committing fraud both in-game and real life. I got a trophy for discovering the moss blanket. I found a lot of slimes and food, which was pretty cool. Also, don't judge me for finding a phosphorus slime on the 65th day. I totally wasn't afraid of the dark. I got my next trophy for jumping into a corral with at least 40 slimes. I got 2 more trophies for pulling an all-nighter and feeding 50 slimes their favorite foods. I headed over to the lab and made my first gadget. I fed my boom slimes, went to sleep, and woke up to a trophy. I went over to the range exchange and fulfilled a request between noon and 2 p.m. I fed this Gordo, which gave me a key that I used to open this gate, which led me to absolutely nowhere. This guy gave me yet another key which I used to open this gate. This place had a bunch of statues of slimes in which I have to get certain plorts and insert them for the big gate to open. I didn't end up doing that just yet. I went over and opened another gate which led me to the quarry and got me another achievement. I explored for a bit, finding different slimes like the rad and crystal slimes. I also found more food and went back to base to exploit my newly discovered workers. With the new food I got, I was able to get another achievement for having 3 different veggie gardens on the ranch. For the next achievement, I touched the rad slime without his consent. I went back to the place with the statues and ended up opening the gate. I was soon met with a new area called the Ancient Ruins. I was rewarded with a trophy called Into the Past. It was a pretty cool place. I ended up finding another door, but I turned back because I didn't have a key. But that's okay because I got another achievement. I went right back with a key and opened the door, making sure to bring 5 quantum plorts with me to put into another set of statues. This led me to discovering the Glass Desert, which is pretty much the endgame area. I ended up discovering a bunch of different slimes and items. I picked up any and everything I could find, even if I didn't need it, because keep in mind, I need to discover every single item in the game for the Slimepedia achievement. I finally got one of the endgame achievements for discovering where Hobson's journey ended and started, whoever that guy is. I got another achievement for returning to the ranch after 24 hours. These quantum slimes were so annoying, so I resorted to violence and tossed them into the ocean. That violence made me very happy and I went on a rampage collecting achievement after achievement. I was pretty much unstoppable. As you just saw, I collected the very last endgame achievement, which means the rest is cleanup. Right now we're currently at 36 out of 57 achievements. I find the gold slime and decide to be retarded once again. The next achievement I got was for having 3 different largos in the same corral. Right after, I got one for having 6 different slimes in one. I fed pink slimes 10 different types of food, sold 5,000 plorts, had a pool party with 5 different slimes, bought 10 different toys, and collected 50 plorts on the range in a single day. The way I've been getting money is by setting up drones to feed my slimes and also sell the ports, so all I have to do is sleep and water them each morning, which is exactly why my day count is so high. I got my next achievement for having 10 different largos. And you already know I had to send them flying. I went back to the glass desert to fill these statues up with rock plorts in order for me to be able to use this fountain with ancient water and bring back life to the desert. While doing so, I found the mosaic slime, which I have to say is probably the coolest looking slime in the game. I went back to base and gathered some materials so that I can make a slime stage. Not gonna lie, without teleporters, getting some of the materials was pretty annoying, but I was able to get an achievement for putting a tar on the stage. I then made a slime hoop and started balling like LeBron. It was pretty easy. I'm not sure why other people were struggling with this. I guess it's just a skill issue, but I did get an achievement for scoring 50 points in a single game. The next achievement is for catching a hunter Gordo slime, and the best way to do this is by crafting a master Gordo snare and then placing a roostro in it and waiting for the next day. I wanted to keep up with the Slimepedia achievement, so I went to Mochi's Manor and Ogden's Retreat so that I could find and register each new slime and item in the Slimepedia. This way, when I'm getting to the last few achievements, I don't need to spend a whole lot of time focused primarily on this one. The next two achievements I got were for crafting 35 and 100 gadgets, which I did not expect to be so annoying, but I literally kept running out of the simplest plort, which was the pink one, so I had to keep going back and forth collecting them. I knew eventually I would need to find the rarest item in the game, being the Gilded Ginger, and while I was collecting supplies from my machines in the Glass Desert, I luckily walked right into one. Now, all that's left for the Slimepedia achievement is for me to find gold plorts, and with the help of YouTube, I was able to do that pretty easy. There are several vaults in different areas of the game which have a bunch of gold slimes, so I made my way to one, also making sure to have Golden Sunshot for the hat trick achievement, which I was able to get through the 7Z's club, spending lots of money getting to rank 22. I walked into the vault, and just like that, I was able to get the Pro Style and Hat Trick achievement. I ended up getting a bunch of gold plorts from this vault, and all that was left was a miscellaneous achievement and then the achievements for doing rush mode. So I went back home and gathered up a bunch of pink slimes. I threw them into a corner and just swept them up for the next achievement. There is one achievement that I don't have the recording for and got it at the start, but there it is. So for the last three achievements, I need to get 10, 35, and 75,000 U-Bucks under a certain time limit. So me being the genius, before I started, I watched YouTube videos for strategies so that I did not have to keep doing this over and over again. I quickly picked up any food I saw and threw these beginning slimes away as they weren't going to be important. The thing about rush mode is that you start with all your upgrades and gadgets, so I quickly placed my teleporters down so I didn't forget and waste any time. I got as many slime keys as I could and first opened up the cave because I can get many valuable slimes there. I got some slimes to fulfill the range exchange. It's very important to understand that these are the key to getting as much money as possible, since they add 12 minutes to the timer and give you 6 Gilded Gingers to burst open Golden Gordos, which have lots of gold slimes. I burst this Golden Gordo and got a bunch of money, which I then used to upgrade corrals and make farms for food. I also made sure to make the drones work for me while I was away. I got some more slime keys, collected valuable slimes, and opened up a gate to the ancient ruins. I made sure to put a teleporter for ease of access, and I opened up the Glass Desert because my plan was to essentially get the most valuable slimes that I could and have my drones feed them while I go and look for the Golden Gordos. I went back to base and I enclosed some slimes while grabbing the other 3 Gilded Gingers I had for this Gordo. I sold those plorts and continued to upgrade while also grabbing as much food as I saw. I went over to the moss blanket to try and find a hunter slime for the range exchange. I was awarded more time and Gilded Gingers. I fed this tabby slime, which opened up a teleporter leading to 2 Golden Gordos. I sold those plorts and I grabbed some more slimes like the crystal slimes to combine with each other and double my profit. I continued doing range exchanges and bursting Golden Gordos as they were going to be my key to success. With the help of those, I was able to reach 64,000. I'm pretty sure I already met my goal, but I wanted to have 75,000 on me by the time the timer stops. I spent the rest of my time feeding, selling, until I reached my goal of 75,000 U-Bucks. The grind was pretty much over. All I had to really do was just wait. So that's exactly what I did, and I ended up getting every single achievement in Slime Rancher. I ended up having a final score of 106,000 with a plurt bonus of 41%, so I was right over my goal. I was also able to do it in one try, so that's awesome. Anyways, that's all 57 achievements for the 100%. Overall, this game was very fun to get all the achievements for. It was very easy. It only took me around 19 hours, which is pretty good. Let me know down in the comments what games you want to see in the future. For reference, these are the games that I have already done. Thank you guys so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in another video.